guest, and KBLA contributor Sherri Bell is with us. Good morning, Sherri.
Good morning, Dominique. Good morning, beautiful people.
I'm assuming something is probably going down at the LA Black Worker Center with which you are affiliated.
Yes, something is going down. We've been advocating for amendments to the LA City Charter, which is basically like the Constitution, to amend the personnel hiring, the process of hiring. So to streamline it and also have some kind of equity provisions in there to increase our access, because everywhere you look, the numbers are the same. We could have a whole week talking about the numbers and why they are. But Wednesday, February 18th at 4:00 at the CD8 Constituent Center, that's 8475 Vermont Avenue, Los Angeles, California. We want to basically have a presence there to let the City Charter Commission know that we need them to approve our recommendations, which are basic human dignity related, recommendations to improve the hiring process, especially the testing requirements. Basically they need to modernize the test to reflect people's true work experience based on previous work, because some of those skill sets actually will qualify them for the job they're hiring for. But with these rigid tests, they don't even take that previous experience into account. So that's definitely one of the things we want to do.
I mean, and we had a couple folks in here from the LA Black Worker Center talking about that. And these are really de facto ways of screening out Black people. It's like the opposite of DEI. It's DE no, you ain't getting in here.
Oh, man, I could tell you, I remember back in the day, I went to apply for a job at the city, and it was like a lot of people that didn't look like me, and I knew there was a test that had math, and I knew that number one, math isn't my strong suit. Number two, if you see a room like that, you just automatically feel like, you're not going to have a chance. So basically, that I didn't get that job. I applied for county jobs with those standardized tests, did not even crack like mid-range. However, with the state, Julie Sue modernized their test, and basically it's like a knowledge, skills, and ability test. So you get to use any classes you took in school, any previous work, and you get to tell the state how that actually makes you qualify for the job you're applying for. So it's like an open-ended exam, like you just write down like paragraph, like why you this and that. And I scored like 90%. So if they like simplify and like, make the test more, easy.
If they make it a test to find out what you can do rather than a gatekeep to keep Black people out, then they would get better workers. It's so important right now with what the president is doing, and we see, hundreds of thousands of Black women losing their jobs.
Yeah.
And Lord knows, when y'all need something done, who do you turn to?
Exactly.
Us.
Yeah, it's a lot going on when it comes to like systems and how we keep seeing the same things repeated over and over again, and knowing that people actually know what works to address these things, and they act like they don't. And
Yeah, you're right. I have no idea. What do you mean systemic?
Oh,
but
my
you know
God.
what? It's great that the LA Black Worker Center is paying attention, because I know the city charter is not sexy. But like you said, it's our city constitution, and the changes really will affect all of our lives.
Yeah.
It's what's allowed, what's not allowed, what are the standards. And so I'm glad that the LABWC is working on that. Tell people can just show up to hear what's being said and to show support for changing the charter to be a slightly less anti-Black.
Yeah, and they can give public comment and cheer for people who speaking on their behalf. And shout out to Trina Traylor, because she's the one at the Black Workers Center who really thought about initiating this campaign, and the organizers Jeremiah Gordon and Zanaya Houston. They really been working on getting people to show up and show out on public comment.
It's so important.
Mm-hmm.
It's Friday the 13th. So between now and I can't remember the time. It's between now and tomorrow is Black Love Day. So happy Black Love Day. I see you got your
I try
Black
to
Love
do it
Day.
with the
There
Black
you go.
History Month,
right,
and then with the red.
Yeah, you got Black Love Day attire on. I feel like a slacker over here.
Okay.
Let's see, Harriet and Martin, and who you cut whoever that is.
Yeah, I did.
I do that too.
Martin, Harriet.
Oh, Malcolm and Harriet and Martin, Maya and Frederick. Okay, and tomorrow's Frederick Douglass's birthday.
Oh, wow.
So I'll be celebrating that because I don't have a Valentine.
Hey, Galentine. Look, all you need is a meal and a cocktail. That's all.
and a Constitution, a copy of the Constitution in honor of old Frederick.
I mean, yeah, and they say you funny. But that's why they say that Black History Month is in this month because of Frederick Douglass's birthday, not because they tried to
give us the
shorter month.
It was Frederick Douglass and Abraham Lincoln, both. Oh. So, freed the slaves reportedly, even though the slaves freed ourselves. But thank you, Lincoln, for your assist there.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and Friday the 13th. Yeah, I'm just thinking about a lot of people have fear of the number 13.
Are you superstitious?
I am not, but I was thinking about this morning. In high school, I used to have an English teacher, and she used to put a word on the board every day before we walked into school and one in the class. And one of the words was triskaidekaphobia. And I never heard the word before or
I never
since.
Heard it before either.
It's a fear of the number 13.
Triskaidekaphobia.
So a lot of elevators don't have a 13th floor.
They could just call that YT history because, the Mayans and most other societies throughout history considered the number 13 sacred and fortuitous.
That right? Wow.
Yeah, it's the Europeans that find it wise. What
triskaidekaphobia, but
triskaidekaphobia. I have never heard that before.
Right, but look, I look at it as a good luck day, so maybe I'm in line with the ancestors.
Apparently so.
Yeah,
yeah. It's true. That's what almost every ancient tradition says. 13 is a mystical number. It's a spiritual number. It's a fortuitous number. But the Europeans are like, nope, we not going to the 13th floor. There's ghosts up in there. Yeah, maybe my ancestors' ghost, fool.
Right. We got Freddy Krueger. No, I'm just like
Freddy Krueger and Frederick Douglass. The two Freddys waiting for you on the 13th floor. Yeah. No, I'm what I'll call superstitious about certain things, but not the number 13.
Right, nah.
I'm superstitious when orange people are sitting in the White House. It's bad luck.
Man.
For example, just one example.
It's been a week.
A week? Oh, I thought you meant it's been a week since he got sworn in.
Oh.
No, it's been a heck of a week.
No,
got it.
Yeah, he's done enough damage for
Yes, indeed. You can call us. Our phone lines are open, 800-920-1580. You can weigh in the chat room on YouTube. theyoutube.com at KBLA 1580. Sherri's there, I'm there. And I hope the chairwoman of the chat room, Queen Molly Bell, is there, along with some of our other favorites in the KBLA delegation. I don't have my glasses on, so I can't see who's there, but I'll be right with you. We are celebrating Friday the 13th, lucky or unlucky, Black Love Day,
whoop, whoop.
And, of course, Valentine's, Galentine's, Love Thyself Times Day. When we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
She's reclaiming her time on KBLA Talk 1580. More First Things First with Dominic DePrima when we come forward.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
You got to laugh the pain away.
Hey, KBLA delegation, happy Black History Month. Around here, we celebrate our culture, our community, and our contributions daily. But this year, as we observe the 100th anniversary of Black History Month celebrations, we're excited about our annual KBLA Talk 1580 Black History Month Luncheon, honoring comedy greats. On Thursday, February 26th at the Grammy Museum in downtown LA, we're toasting D.L. Hughley, Melanie Camacho, Earthquake, Munell, Dion Cole, and Martin Lawrence with a surprise guest appearance. A limited number of individual tickets for the luncheon remain, so now would be a good time to head to KBLA1580.com to secure one for yourself. That's KBLA1580.com. A little laughter goes a long way, especially in times like these. So come, join us for our annual KBLA Talk 1580 Black History Month Luncheon, Thursday, February 26th at the Grammy Museum. Again, tickets are available right now at KBLA1580.com.
Well, I hang around my boy. He's been married for 6 years. Videotaped his wedding day, never watched it. Now and every day he watch it every day, but he watch it in reverse. Because he said he loves seeing himself take that ring back off of that finger. Walking back down that aisle, just waving at her ugly mother down the church. Getting back in the limo, back at the bachelor party. Look how happy I was.
KBLA Talk 1580 thanks LA City Council members Curran D. Price Jr. and Heather Hutt for being the presenting sponsors at this year's Black History Month Luncheon. Honoring excellence, resilience, and achievement, we're KBLA Talk 1580.
Did you know about 1 in 3 people with plaque psoriasis may also develop psoriatic arthritis, which causes joint pain, stiffness, and swelling? Does this sound like you? Listen to what it sounds like to be a million miles away. Tremfya guselkumab, taken by injection, is a prescription medicine for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who may benefit from taking injections or pills or phototherapy, and for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Imagine being a million miles away. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Visit Tremfya.com or call 1-800-526-7736.
Your ancestors' favorite radio station, and your favorite morning show host. Let's get back to Dominique DePrima right now.
Right now, you're back to Dominique DePrima and Sherri Bell celebrating Black Love Day. And Friday, the lucky 13th.
Right.
So the Kaiser people, mostly, I guess, driven by mostly mental health, the behavioral health, but all of Kaiser is on strike here in Los Angeles. I think they just wrapped up a strike in the Bay Area, and it's mostly because of AI taking people's jobs.
Really?
AI, because they're using AI to do mental health diagnosis, which to me is terrible, especially since AI is wrong so much of the time.
Yeah.
And the Kaiser workers see the writing on the wall for them losing their jobs, but also they're concerned about patient care.
Yeah.
Because AI, we have documented cases of people being lured into suicide or isolating from their families, all these things because of AI.
Yeah.
So when Kaiser is on strike or anybody's on strike, I always think you can't cross a picket line. What happens if you have a doctor's appointment?
Right.
What happens if you're supposed to go pick up medicine? What do we do?
That is very, very true. Very detrimental, to folks with mental health challenges and needing to speak to someone.
Or even if you just need to pick up your diabetes medicine.
Yeah.
Who wants to cross a picket line?
Right.
I don't.
And I don't know how, they're trying to resolve this, in an expedited manner at the top level. And it's like every other year something's going on with Kaiser, and
that's true.
And they're like a very large corporation. But it's interesting this time why the strike. I thought it was wages.
Well, of course they want wages too. But I think the driver is really the AI stuff.
Yeah, and they're union, so they should have some type of contract negotiation. It could be a violation of their collective bargaining agreement. But I think now more than ever, and I know people in their collective bargaining agreements are starting to have AI provisions like SAG-AFTRA strike. Is one of
And the thing about it is not only did Hollywood retaliate, I think, by moving production and not doing production, the level of AI that we're at now compared to where we were, a year and a half ago when we had that strike, it's so much higher that actors and actresses are still getting, and directors and especially writers are still getting messed over, even though we won some concessions.
Yeah, I mean, AI is a great tool, and it's just like anything, you got to use it responsibly, but it's not able to stand up on its own yet. It needs to be a tool accompanied by a human. You can't rely and trust on it. You have to use it and always double check your work, so to speak. And so
because it is wrong a lot.
Yeah.
Like, if you Google stuff and you let it use Gemini or you let it do AI, then check it against what comes up in reputable websites.
Right.
I've been doing that lately, and I can't believe how much it's wrong.
See?
I mean, wrong. And I saw a report where people are Googling their health condition and doing what AI says, and many times it's the opposite of what you're meant to be doing.
I mean, people got to realize AI is just a copy of human intelligence, right? It's all our work, it's all our research, all everything, and it's like an imitation. So it's not the real deal, so to speak, when it comes to accuracy, and it's coming from all these different places. But for the sake of Kaiser patients, I really hope that they work this deal out soon. To your point regarding individuals' mental health and mental health treatment. And so, yeah, it's all about money at the end of the day, right? Kaiser's trying to save money on labor costs by using artificial intelligence. And, it's greed really at the end of the day, because you don't have to cut people's jobs to do that. You don't have to. They see the writings on a wall, and being that our economy is in such peril, affordability is a big issue, unemployment, and why do you want to? That's the way capitalism works, though. If they can have nobody working and still make a profit, they would. So we always got to fight for what we deserve.
But it's so stupid, because who buys your stuff?
I know.
Who goes to Kaiser if we don't have any workers? The robots don't need Kaiser. They need a mechanic.
Right.
And even that. And it's funny because right now Elon Musk because he's getting his butt kicked at the moment by the Chinese electric cars, which are cheaper and apparently cuter. They're not allowed in the U.S., but throughout Europe and Asia. Tesla's taking a beat down. So he's trying to pivot to their main product being robots. To replace you and me and Miles. And I know Miles is right. He always says, AI, don't rely on it to give you the information. You tell it what you feed it the information, and just let it format it, write the memo, do the legwork in that sense. But you put garbage in, garbage out. That makes sense. But when it comes to mental health, a bot impersonating a therapist, I don't care what you put in, it's a problem. And what I've been reading about, and the way it's going, people go down the rabbit hole, it can really mess people up.
Yeah, and I'm wondering, do they know people race? You know what I'm saying? Because we know biases exist in AI. And so everything, if you use AI a lot, I think they know who you are, and you know what I'm saying, based on what you searching and stuff. So it's are they giving the same advice to everyone? That, and then everybody had a bad therapist. Well, I don't want to say everybody, but there are bad therapists out there. So it's are you getting a bad therapist advice? I don't know.
Yeah, but at least you can get another therapist. People get addicted to AI. Paul says AI can be the death of a lot of people, literally. And Molly Bell said, so far, 13 people have hit the like button. Well, I added the bwahaha. Okay, let's go to Kwamel calling us from Gardena. Good morning, Kwamel.
Well, just hello there to these fine ladies that's on this radio.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, just blew that on. It's all good. It's all
no,
good.
we're just
good.
leaving space for you.
We're
leaving space for you to do your thug
Gotta pause.
There's a poet on the mic.
Doing silently, kind of, primping and preening real quick, thank you guys. Nah, so I was the AI thing. Actually, I got another comment I got to put out there. But yeah, that's what led to Mr. United Healthcare guy getting unalived. This whole kind of AI dismissiveness, this having somebody that doesn't have to be paid dismissively do the work for you. And that's what AI has basically been, this thing to eliminate human compassion, if you will, because AI does not have that. And I mean, it's cool to use AI for, as I heard on one of your earlier shows this week, for a proof of concept. When your one guest said that, I said, "Oh, that's awesome." When I thought about how people are using things like Suno Music to generate songs, Clay Kane's done it, people like that. And I was like, okay, yeah, for proof of concept, but then a human to come in and take over. Oh, that's fabulous. Okay, yeah, no. Now I get it. I understand the assignment now. But yeah, using it to just kind of blow off people. Or even do things like make it like insurance claims, things like that. But again, in a way of blowing them off so that you don't have to take care of them, that's just foul. And these authorities need to understand that no matter how much money they want to make, and no matter how much they want to throw the hoi polloi out, they're human beings too, and people are gonna see how they are as humans.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
I mean, so you could be talking to a so-called doctor or technician that has never had an ache, a pain, nor taken a breath because it is not a living entity.
Now, keep up, but also keep in mind, it's just like watching those stupid slop videos everybody keeps coming up with. Like this, getting all over your Facebook reels. You can clock that stuff a mile away. You can tell when some hold up, this not.
You can, but not everybody can.
They're getting better. My friends be like, text me like, "Is this AI?" And I'm like, "I don't know, girl."
I mean, that's why they call it deep fakes. Though, if somebody studied you enough, yeah. I mean, they'll have enough information, like that Drake song a couple of years ago. They'll have enough information to approximate. But again, it's still fairly clockable. I know we're up against the break. I just wanted to kind of throw out what a week of all this MAGA. Now, is it full on just MAGA, or is it this regime and its little talking heads crashing out? Ted Bundy, Megyn Kelly. I mean, just the machine is. I mean, it's almost like it was AI that had something thrown up in it, like the old mechanical version before it got replaced digitally or something like that. It is. These folks are melting down. They're like, why don't you just let us white people be great unchallenged? It's so strange. I mean, Megyn Kelly just took all the layers off, and suddenly you're seeing like the Beelzebub horns on her red skin. It's goofy as all get. And I said to myself, and I'll leave y'all with this: that next year, what they need to do is have like a really pretty, very very pretty K-pop girl group. Be the Super Bowl halftime performer next year, and that way a bunch of those MAGA dudes will just kind of have a crash out of their own, because they won't know whether to be enraged for America, enraged for white for the white hegemony, or suddenly say, "Oh, I want to marry that person." So
they were doing it. Let be real. They were doing it this year when Bad Bunny had all them girlies shaking their booties. Come on now.
On the low, but we all know the real. We all know the real. We know what their weakness really is. But or let's not get started on the femboys thing. Those grapers. Oh my
the
God.
Dolls.
But anyways, thank you for your time, ladies. I'm out.
And thank you as well. 30 seconds ahead of news, traffic, and sports. Anything you want to throw on top of what the poet Kwamel said?
Well, I think that those MAGA people are getting angry because we clocking AT left and right. Secondly, AI, we got to be the ones that cause for regulation and parameters. The people do, because these corporations, they just going to put it out there. They bottom line is making money and make the product good enough to sell and get downloaded. They're not going to care about how it's impacting us. We got to be the ones to fight for those changes in the legislature.
I think that's right. And that's why Elon Musk is floating this fantasy that soon you won't need to work. Soon you won't need to save for retirement because of the robots. No, how are we
gonna get
paid?
What?
How we getting money when you got all the money in the world, and the robots as workers? You won't need to save for retirement because you'll be dead. 800-920-1580. That's the number. You want to say a thing about a thing? Happy Friday the 13th from KBLA Talk 1580.
More of First Things First with Dominique DePrima when we come forward.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. California Attorney General Rob Bonta is investigating whether discrimination played a role in delays during the Eaton fire response, noting nearly all victims were in West Altadena's historically black community.
There was indisputably a delayed emergency notification and evacuation of West Altadena.
LA County fire officials say they'll fully cooperate and insist they did the best they could during last year's deadly wildfire. Cardi B blasted ICE during the kickoff of her Little Miss Drama tour in Palm Springs, warning the crowd they'd jump ICE if officers showed up. The rapper has repeatedly criticized the agency, recently praising Bad Bunny for using his Super Bowl spotlight to denounce ICE. And Viola Davis will receive the Chairman's Award at this year's NAACP Image Awards, honoring her public service and advocacy on issues from childhood hunger to social justice. Get BIN News now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Head to Waba Grill weekdays after 3 p.m. for their $5 happy hour and try their new chili crisp dumplings. Bold, crunchy, and tossed in a fiery crisp, paired with a premium Waba beverage drink like their authentic Thai tea. Get both for just $5 only at Waba Grill. It's for you.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
The Lakers got an important win Thursday night heading into the All-Star break. They needed a win after losing their last two at home. The Lakers beat Dallas 124-104, a game in which LeBron made more history. At age 41, LeBron became the oldest NBA player to post a triple-double, 28 points, 12 assists, and 10 rebounds. The Lakers go into the break with a 33-21 record, fifth in the Western Conference. Tonight's NBA HBCU Classic at the Forum will be a conference game for Hampton University and North Carolina A&T. Both schools are now in the Coastal Athletic Conference after being longtime members in the MEAC Conference. This will be the sixth HBCU Classic during NBA All-Star Weekend. The NBA started the event in 2021 with the intent of creating more exposure for HBCU men's basketball programs. 8 o'clock tip-off tonight in Inglewood. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
What if poetry wasn't something you studied, but something you felt? Poetry for the People, the June Jordan Experience, is now live at the Fountain Theater in Los Angeles, celebrating the life and legacy of June Jordan, visionary poet, activist, and truth teller. This vibrant musical experience brings her words to life with rhythm, joy, and power. Directed by Raymond O. Caldwell and featuring music by her longtime collaborator Adrian Torft, it's joy as resistance, love as liberation, and poetry for the people. Tickets are on sale now at fountaintheater.com. That's fountaintheater.com. Getting around LA doesn't have to cost a lot. Metro has fares that fit every budget. 20 free rides for qualified riders through the Life Fare program. Free passes for students with GoPass and affordable options for everyone in between. Wherever you're going, Metro's got you covered. Visit metro.net/fare programs.
The California Crusader newspaper would like to thank all of our subscribers for their support throughout the years, proudly serving the South Los Angeles and South Bay areas for more than 40 years. The California Crusader is a multicultural, black-owned, adjudicated newspaper that focuses on providing newsworthy information to the people in our community. We're constantly looking for ways to assist businesses in our community to connect with our subscribers. We provide low-cost, effective ways to promote your business with our reasonable and affordable advertising rates. You can participate by suggesting, sharing, and submitting your stories on the California Crusader newspaper Community Share Facebook group page, or visit our website at cal-cruise-news.com. That's calcruisenews.com. Then click on the Submit Now button located on the top right corner of the homepage, or text CCN to 42828. Again, text CCN to 42828. The California Crusader newspaper, working together to build a better community for our future. Subscribe today.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with the world. African Focus Incorporated is a community-based organization whose mission is to bring Africans and African Americans together, lead charitable initiatives on the motherland, and educate people from all walks of life on the beauty, legacy, and opportunity of Africa's 54 nations. And it's that time once again when African Focus is teaming up with KBLA Talk 1580 for our 8th annual African Focus Trailblazers Tour. Travel with us in 2026 when we're headed to the Southern African nations of Zambia and Botswana for a historical, cultural, and vacation tour led by me, Dominique DePrima, Cultural Ambassador for African Focus Incorporated. Enjoy luxurious accommodations, conscious fellow travelers, shopping, adventures, cultural tours, wildlife safaris, and a giant waterfall, one of the world's 7 wonders, along with a chance to be of service at an orphanage on the continent. Become an AFI trailblazer by exploring the motherland with a nonprofit organization that has members in Africa and America to help roll out the red carpet for you, and together we'll make a difference and have fun doing it. For more information, visit africanfocus.org or call 310-676-7300. That's 310-676-7300 or africanfocus.org. Whether it's stateside or exploring the diaspora, we're with you every step of the way. African Focus and KBLA Talk 1580. Come go with us.
Thanks for waking up with Dominique DePrima on KBLA Talk 1580.
Yeah, Kwamel was bringing up the crash out, the crash out hearings. I didn't get to watch all of them. I just saw some outtakes. I want a job where I can act like a whole mean girl, crazy
a-hole.
Yeah, and still keep my job, like Carolyn Levitt and Pam Bondi. If I ever talk to somebody like that, Tavis would have me heading for the door so quick. But you can be Attorney General.
Look, like, you ever heard that phrase, it starts at the top?
Yes.
I mean, like, that's how he is. So he hires people who has the same behavior, ideology, argumentative nature, gaslighting, deflecting, the truth deniers, white supremacy maintainers,
pedophile protectors.
Exactly. In all these different powerful positions. So it doesn't matter about your qualifications. They claim DEI is a agent of getting people in places where they don't belong because they're not qualified. I mean, I've never seen DEI place any less qualified people in positions of power than I see these people in.
It's DYE because they all blonde.
Exactly. So
what did you take away from what you saw of the hearing? I know you watched more of it than I did.
Yeah, I took away that there were very qualified legislators. I'm proud of my Congresswoman, Sidney Kamlager Dove, Jasmine Crockett, all the Ted Lieu from California, like all the, people who grilled Pam Bondi and spoke truth to power, and how she acted very ratchet. You know what I'm saying?
Ghetto, as we used to say.
Yes.
Our whole government has turned hella ghetto.
Yeah, it's like watching Jerry Springer. That's really like what I feel like I'm watching.
Jerry Springer
Seriously,
you're right.
It is. Why not? And so that's what it was like. So if you want to get some entertainment, I'll suggest you watch that hearing, because it was a real, if I could curse, show, okay? Like, really. And so, yeah, so I was wondering, like, what children would think of this, because it was like a lot of, I know you are, but what am I? It just false. It was just.
I love that, the Jerry Springer administration. But it's also true because, there's this trend on the internet, where you let your kid cuss. That trend. You go in the bathroom this one time, you can cuss. Have you seen those videos? Well, you're a mom. I see it, and my hair stands on it, and then they shut the door, and the little kid, depending on how ratchet the kid is, they say a bunch of stuff and they have the camera rolling. And then when they're done, they get to call their mom. So if the kids watch this, they're going to think, well, why can't I do that?
Well, I would think that the kids would think that they're being immature. I think if you put, I'm seriously, like, if you put, like look at Pam Bondi, the way she talking, the way she's not answering the question, the way that she's spreading false information. She blatantly said, when Cindy Kamlager was interviewing her, grilling her, she said, well, her area includes Culver City. How she's going to talk about crime? Culver City is
have you been to Culver City?
Have you been to Culver City?
Heifer.
Look,
I'm turning into Steve Harvey. I just called her a heifer. Oh, yeah, you're right.
But that is like the biggest example of, like, just spreading fake news, lying.
I hope the people in those swanky Culver City apartments are laughing at that and thinking, did I vote for this?
Like, you just pulling arguments out of your what with that one. Like, you don't have nothing better to say. You can't answer the question because you know that you are a puppet.
Maybe she heard that the Pan-African Film Festival's in Culver City this year.
Oh, my.
And it's invaded by whole countries and
Maybe.
black people.
That's what they think about, is Trump posting these pictures of him hugging black celebrities, thinking that we're supposed to believe that he's not racist. I look at actions.
You mean the fluffy Sasquatch? You're talking about Nicki Minaj?
Well, no, he posted a reel on his account, his social media account.
Okay.
Yes, showing, like, it's funny how they forget, and he's showing on him with all these rich and famous celebrities.
Is Ye in it?
I didn't see Ye, but I seen they was like old from the 80s. You know, like Trump was a celebrity. You know, like he grew up with us. You know,
before he was president, when he was friends with a lot of people, when he was hanging out at Club 50, whatever it was.
Oh,
in
54,
New York.
Studio 54,
Studio 54, and doing cocaine with all the
exactly
WWE people.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's safe to say you was in there, you was doing something, but. Yeah, so, you know, first of all, that's classism, right? Like, you only hanging out with rich people. That don't mean nothing to me, right? You what you're doing, you judge a person by their actions, not their words and their photographs. Pictures don't mean nothing. You're erasing our history, dismantling programs to help us get some type of footing in this society. You are targeting the layoffs of Black folks. Our unemployment has skyrocketed to pre-pandemic levels, to recession levels. You know, that is the actions that you're taking. So you post a picture with Mike Tyson, and you know,
who still supports him, by the way,
right?
But, you know, I mean, and I love me some Tyson, but he's been punched a lot.
Exactly. So, you know, you got to look at who the type of people supporting him too, like the credibility. But
and the regular people that, you know, the people that he's pardoned, some Black people that he's pardoned,
of course,
that may not be from the upper classes, even though some of them have money. They're rolling with him. I don't blame them if he got them their freedom, but you got to look at the greater good.
Yeah, I mean, and like looking at like this administration will lie to your face like Pam Bondi was doing, but we got to just look at the data and the actions. Like look at the numbers and like the percentages of what's actually happening and what legislative or programmatic actions that this administration is actually taking. That's the truth. What you're saying out of your mouth is spin. So it was real crazy. I don't know what's gonna come of it, but we were talking off air, like at least all of that is on the record. You know?
You gotta push back.
Yeah.
You can't just let them lie. And the way she was talking over her, he's the commander in chief, just talking over her. That is part of the Republican playbook, though, because when I have the hardcore MAGA folks on this show, their strategy is don't let you talk over you, out loud you, because they can't stand on business, because all they do is lie. And if you read at all, I mean, it's hard to, you know, fact check them in real time because there's so many lies per sentence. But if you read it all, you can push back, and so they just get loud. That's what they do.
Yeah, you know, I don't watch a lot of conservative news, but sometimes it'll be on in passing, and I'm like, do they know that they're lying? Like,
yes.
Well,
maybe not all of them, but most of them know they're lying.
Yeah, you know you're lying. You know, and that's why I can't really give you much credibility, because you straight up just lying.
People lie for money all the time.
Yeah, so they press it off like, you know, the left is, you know, crazy and radical.
I mean, there are some that are in this zombie place where they believe everything. And I shouldn't say zombie just because I disagree, but I'm thinking of a former friend of mine and a family member who have gone MAGA, and they're completely immune to the facts. You can show them articles. You can refute what they said using the historical record. You could have 12 sources, and they're just going to keep lying.
Yeah, like in the hearing, one of the counter arguments that Bondi made was, well, Merrick Garland was in my position for X amount of years, and he didn't do anything about the Epstein files. I don't know if that's true, right? I don't know if every action by the previous administration, were they in the same position to do what you're in a position to do. I don't buy that, and so, but that's still not. But you in a job now.
Well, and not only, and no, that was my point. Like, so what am I going to say? Well, Howard Stern never did, you know. So your bar is, so that's your role model, Merrick Garland? He didn't do a thing about a lot of things. He didn't prosecute Trump, and he should have did that. Merrick Garland was an ineffective attorney general. Is that who you're trying to be?
Well,
Miss Bondi?
Not only that, in our jobs, if like if somebody was terminated or had my position before me and I'm in a job now, I'm like, well, that person was always late. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's what you gonna do? You just gonna not do your job because they didn't do theirs, allegedly? Like, that doesn't work in the real world, but it works when you're trying to protect yourself from going to jail, because that they're just agents of the president. Like, he doesn't put. That's why I love Jerome Powell, what is he? The
Fed chief.
The Fed. He was appointed by Trump in his first term, and he tried to get him out of there. He like, I ain't going nowhere. Neither did Letitia James or the other sister that got laid off. They fighting back, and I love that. But it's like he's like, ugh, I ain't going nowhere. Get me out of here. Okay, he was appointed by him, but he's not a loyalist like the rest of those puppets, and I appreciate that about him. His term about to be up. And so Trump gonna put somebody in there that's gonna lower interest rates and whatnot, and probably create a bubble, a crash. I don't know, but we'll see.
Yeah, but Garland or no Garland, she would not apologize to the victims.
Nope, that was tacky,
and that's weird.
That was
you're
weird.
A mom.
Yeah,
she probably was one of the victims.
Maybe. I mean, when Mark Zuckerberg was asked to do that at a hearing, he did it. He apologized to some people who was impacted by Facebook. I remember that. It was like she didn't even look up. She acted like she was just taking notes. It's like she went in there with an agenda. Like, I'm not, basically. And then she had somebody whispering behind her, giving her little counter sleazy arguments to say. But,
why should I apologize to the Epstein victims when I am an Epstein victim? I was trafficked to Trump. Okay, that's fiction. But it's weird. It's giving, Stockholm syndrome.
I mean, he picked people in there who drank the Kool-Aid. Like, they're an agent of chaos. Like, they don't have a mind of their own. She said that he's the greatest president that ever lived. It's like they're like a MAGA. Look. People have their positions, but when you act like that and you don't have a position of your own and you're that loyal to your boss, it is kind of cultish. I ain't gonna lie. Like, it's like you don't even have a mind of your own. You have your own set of job duties and responsibilities, but to ignore them to advance ideology that doesn't align with the integrity of the position that you're in, and you're just ignoring that, it's sad to see.
Why are there pictures of all these women when they were much younger with the president? I'm not talking about the Epstein. Those pictures, we know why those pictures are there, but the Pam Bondis of the world, right? What the Carol and Levitts.
Oh, they knew him when they were younger?
I mean, I've seen pictures, unless they're AI, unless I was tricked.
He loved his blondes.
I don't think I was, because I've seen them in reputable. I'll check that. But I've seen them in reputable publications, so I don't know. Oh, I got to get your take on Nithya Raman getting in the race.
No,
the LA mayor's race. I got to get your take on that. Last minute, apparently none of her closest friends knew, and she is now taking on the mayor who actually saved her butt.
Wow,
saved her seat when she was last up for re-election, and she was really in danger of losing. The mayor stepped in, helped her win, and now she's in. This is a woman who called herself a progressive. She was backed up by the Democratic Socialists when she was elected, and even the conservative LA Times points out that she used to say defund the police, and now she says that the city can't afford to lose any cops. Yeah. And even though she voted against the plan to hire 170 more officers by Mayor Bass, she's now saying, well, we shouldn't defund the police. Are we talking out both sides of our mouth? I'm just asking. I'm just curious. I've watched her. From what I've seen, she seemed like a decent lawmaker, a little bit more conservative than her labeling. But what are your thoughts here?
I think that people are thinking about their next job. People get approached off the side to advance interests. It's pay for play. It's giving pay for play. Like, who's funding you? Why are they in there? Do they want you to advance certain initiatives and whatnot? I think she just voted against funding ULA. That was supposed to do some housing funding.
Yeah, so that's the mansion tax funding, right?
Right. So it's like now basically she's given Democratic in name only. I don't know her political affiliation, but she's like a fake progressive, it seems. You do it just to get to a place of power, and then when you get there, you start backtracking. I don't trust it. I mean, Karen Bass isn't perfect. You know, none of these politicians are perfect. I wish that more of them would have a backbone and just say no. You know what I'm saying, to certain things, and like no to additional police funding, you know, things like that, like you have enough, and be strong and don't accept certain things. However, I don't trust Ramen. I think that she is splitting the vote. I think that it's a dumb move. I think that she's going to lose a lot of supporters in this process, and I think she's going to make a lot of enemies on the progressive front and probably gain some on the moderate.
She's already gained the LA Times. So what she did is she introduced a motion to amend the mansion tax, which is a 4% tax on property sales between 5 and 10 million, and 5.5 if you're above 10 million. She's creating like a 15-year exemption for newly constructed multifamily commercial mixed-use properties.
So that's who's probably backing her to get in this race, is those people. If you follow the money, you'll see. So, you know, she's, you know, people. Yeah,
and progressives were not happy with that move. But I just find it really telling that she voted against the mayor's increase in cops, which I applauded that at the time. And now, I think a couple days ago, she said, we don't have enough cops to respond to 911 calls. We need more cops. Yeah. So that means when you voted against the mayor's proposal, you changed your mind in 2
Red
weeks,
flag.
3 weeks?
Red flag.
What is happening?
Yeah, that's a red flag. Like, you want leadership like that that's going to waffle in a week? You got a position and you're going to waffle? What are your values? Where are your values at?
It's funny. The LA Times calls it an evolution in her thinking. And that would depend on your perspective, I think. Sherri Bell and Dominique DePrima, and you, of course, invited to continue when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
Thanks for starting your morning off with a voice that speaks truth to power and the powerless, getting to the heart of what matters most in our community. This is where authentic conversation meets real action. From breaking news and politics to culture and community solutions, this is where you hear perspectives you won't hear anywhere else. This is where we come together, get informed, and make change happen. You're inside First Things First with Dominique DePrima on KBLA Talk 1580.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Pizza's here.
Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by Abbott.
Are you drowning in IRS tax debt? Angela was. She called Civic Tax Relief and saved over $80,000. Felicia was having health problems, got behind on her taxes, interest and penalties were adding up. She called Civic Tax Relief and saved over $15,000. Civic Tax Relief is a professional tax negotiation firm that can protect you from the IRS. If you're getting collection letters, call Civic Tax Relief for a free consultation. They will go to work helping you discover all the relief programs you may qualify for free. James owed the IRS $37,000. Civic Tax Relief represented him against the IRS, and by the time everything was completed, he did not owe the IRS anything. If you are in trouble with the IRS, call Civic Tax Relief for your free consultation now. 800-200-2257. 800-200-2257. Get a free consultation and real tax relief. Call 800-200-2257. 800-200-2257.
KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about. KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. The Los Angeles Regional Food Bank is on a mission to fight hunger and provide nutritious food to those in need across our community. They partner with federal, state, and local programs advocating for better policies and funding for critical hunger relief programs like Cal Fresh, the Emergency Food Assistance Program, and the Child and Adult Care Food Program. The food bank works with coalitions and local representatives to make sure hunger is addressed in every district of LA County. They also run nutrition education campaigns, raise hunger awareness, and source nutritious food for distribution, all while supporting regulations that allow food pantries to operate safely. Want to help? Visit lafoodbank.org or call 323-234-3030 to volunteer or find a food bank near you. Together, we can ensure that no one goes hungry in Los Angeles County. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Broadcasting live from Leimert Park, USA. Welcome back to your home for unapologetically progressive radio, KBLA Talk 1580.
Wow, I didn't realize there were 40 other people running for mayor, almost 40,
Really?
according to the LA Times. 40 people plus Nithya Raman and Karen Bass. And as I said to you off the air, I do think that Raman is a threat to the mayor, not because she's experienced enough to handle the job, but because she is already attracting the right wing, which to me is so ironic. That you have people like Rick Caruso teeing up behind the scenes to give this woman millions, even though they would never support a Democratic Socialist Party candidate just because they want to get rid of Mayor Bass. They're so angry at this black woman who beat they behinds.
Yeah, they not only want to get rid of Karen Bass, our first black female mayor, they want to put a moderate conservative mayor in the city of LA. That it's also about getting rid of a Democrat, right? Like
but Raman is a Democrat,
but she's not really acting like one, right? Like she has funding from Caruso and God knows who else. She just voted against something that would address housing. Rick Caruso was a Democrat. He registered as a Democrat or independent, whatever he was.
Yeah, he switched from independent or Republican. I can't remember if it was Republican to Democrat.
See, so like that's the way people just tell you what you want to hear to get in a position and then flip the script on you. So I believe that's unfortunately what she's doing. She drunk the Kool-Aid, took the check, and it's about advancing. People are already suffering in this city with unemployment, houselessness, major affordability issues, and they want to make it even worse by putting somebody in office that is backed by people who want to cut taxes that help the general fund, increase housing costs, and push their agendas to make them richer and richer and richer and keep the poor poorer and poorer and poorer. That's who's backing this person, and that's who's challenging Bass, that type of candidate.
It's an interesting point. It's back to follow the money, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, we're going to finish this hour where we started it. The city charter, the LA Black Workers Center, is having an event.
Yeah, so please come out and join us. You can make public comment. You could just be there and support. It's going to be Wednesday, February 18th. That's next Wednesday at 4 o'clock at 8475 Vermont Avenue. So yeah, if any 5 people could come out, that'd be great. You might get a T-shirt.
The city charter, as you said at the beginning, is the city's constitution. So it is important.
Yeah, it's correct. And like people, that are coming out of school, coming out of college or high school, and they want more stability. If the charter is amended, they might have a fighting chance at getting access to a stable career.
Absolutely. Sherri Bell, you can find her at Sherri de la Ghetto on Instagram. You can find her at a protest near you. And I feel like such a bad friend. I should have brought you chocolate or flowers.
I was thinking about that too, but you know what?
I owe you one.
Next time.
Happy Black Love Day, sister friend.
Thank you so much.
Yes, I appreciate you so much.
I appreciate you too, Dominique. And Miles. Appreciate you too,
Miles.
Yeah,
we appreciate you, Miles. Too. Happy Black Love Day, Miles, with your afro and Sherri with your red jacket and me with my mint tea. Okay. We are talking reparations. It's a Freedman Friday. That's next. Education and reparations on KBLA. Talk 1580.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Bree Wood with BAN News Now. California Attorney General Rob Bonta is investigating whether discrimination played a role in delays during the Eaton fire response, noting nearly all victims were in West Altadena's historically black community.
There was indisputably a delayed emergency